What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Street Fighter Duel video. Okay, guys, so I missed this last time. I said I was going to cover it and I forgot to completely because you know what? I do way too many things at once and I'm always multitasking, but I do want to cover this because it's important. You guys did get the notice here when I did the update patch that we are going to get the Tyrant Fighting Spirit. I did say I was going to jump into the game and show you what it's all about. Forgot to do that. I did cover it originally in my Fighting Souls guide I made months ago, right? But again, it's not been available to us, and now it will be. Now, the way they're saying it's going to appear first is going to be fragments appearing through the Lucky Treasure event, which I think we've had in the past already, and then with the chance to claim it from daily gift packs. So daily gift packs being, of course, the purchasable daily gift packs. So if you go to the mall and you go to the daily section here under gift packs, they're saying you can purchase it from here. So these dice from Global Tour will be replaced by some of the Tyrant packs. Now, the question is going to be, of course, asked, does that make this a pay-to-win fighting soul? I don't know. I don't know, because right now, if you go to challenge and you do this, right, this idol, you have an opportunity to get yourself fragments for the actual fighting souls. I don't know if that's going to be the case for this one. This one may not be something that we can get through idle, so that's going to be something we're going to have to look into, right? Secondly, another way to get it, of course, is through the summon, through divination right here, right? Div here obviously provides the ability to get yourself some icons right there, or some fragments, not icons. So this is another way here that you can get yourself, hopefully, some of this Tyrant Fighting Soul. As you can see here, other ways, challenge, which we just talked about, which is the idle way, and then global operation. That was the other one I was going to mention. There is one currently, let's see, let me go back, that's not opened up. If you go here, trial grounds, coming soon. I know, don't judge me, I haven't finished this one yet at the time, but coming soon. So I'm hoping Tyrant will be this one here. So hopefully that one will open up and give us the ability to get the Tyrant Soul, at least level 1 of it, right? Because that's an ability. Now, another place, Inverse World. This, I haven't started this last one, but as you can see here, if I go to the challenge, you can actually get yourself fragments. And a lot of these have actually been found in Global Operation Inverse World. Like, for example, when we first did this one, it gave us the healing one, and then like Reckless and other ones, right? So they all came from here. So this is the last one here. I'm hoping it opens up another one, or that we get this new coming soon section, which will be another version of Inverse World for the last two. So let me show you guys the actual fighting soul. Okay, so a lot of you guys have maybe not seen this. This is like the Summer Ibuki thing, right? Everyone's like, oh, did you see Summer Ibuki Avatar? And I get this like every single day practically as a comment, and I'm always saying the same thing. It was there since day one. It literally was. If you actually went back to any of my chats in my Discord, in the Valdi's Discord, I mentioned it like from day one when the game came out. I was like, yeah, it's there. Now, it's been there for a very long time. It doesn't mean the character's out. And this is the same scenario. Where is she? There she is. This is going to be the same scenario here now with this Tyrant Fighting Soul. So let me go to it. Fighting Souls, Fighting Souls, Fighting Souls. Here we go. If I go to change, if you scroll down, you can see not owned yet, right? So there's Valiant and Tyrant. Now, Tyrant is pretty crazy, okay? I talked about this in the initial video I made for Fighting Souls. These two were not available. This one here gives you crit rate and crit damage, two of the best multipliers in the game by far. Of course, you can't have crit damage without crit rate. You need crit rate. You have to crit for the crit damage to multiply and do its thing. Of course, the only other thing here that would be better would be damage instead of crit rate, right? Because crit rate is pretty easy to get in this game. So the base one here gives you 30 Tyrants, attack up by 0.65%. Upon entering the battle, every time the fighter deals damage, a stack of Tyrant is removed. 2 stars, initial stacks increase to 36 instead of 30, so your percentage goes up. Every 15 seconds, the fighter receives a shield equal to 80% of their attack for 7 seconds. While the shield is active, the fighter gains 1 Tyrant every second, stacks up to 36 times. So you pretty much recover your Tyrant. Now, 5 stars, as many of you guys know, takes a very, very long time. And I mean an obscene long time. Unless you're like whaling all the way through. And if whales decide to go for this, guys, I'm sorry. This is going to be massive, massive for all content. We're talking about all content, including PvE, PvP, and specifically bosses. So the problem with Tyrant here is that now it's going to make a bigger gap between free-to-play chances. Because here's the thing, when we do boss events, right, they equalize the levels for the most part. If you don't have the right gear, they'll give you like SS plus 1 gear. So people who are not whales have the opportunity to have a chance. And the gap is fairly small sometimes, depending on the server you're on, right? The things they don't consider is vehicles, fighting souls, and fighting spirits. Those three things can be the difference between top 30, top 50 to top 100. It's easy. It's easy. If you have a higher level fighting soul, you're going to have an advantage. With Tyrant being as powerful as it is, because of the attack stack that it does, and the fact that if a whale decides they want to make do with this and get it to like 5 stars, first off, the stacks will go higher, so that's initially that's more damage. At 5 stars, every 15 seconds, they're going to get a shield, and that shield is going to let them restack that Tyrant again, which means they're going to be, and battles are 90 seconds long, right? So do the math. You're getting yourself quite a few stacks throughout that whole fight, which means that's more damage that you're going to put out than a regular free-to-play who can't get this. So it's going to be a shame if this is a pay-to-win fighting soul. Because, again, if it's from what I'm reading, you can get it from the event, and then you can get it from the daily gift shop. But at that point, if they don't add it into challenge, or if they don't add it into a new Inverse World event or anything like that through divination even, then it's going to be something that whales are going to definitely have a big advantage over free-to-play. And that's kind of a shitty thing to do, right? While we're on the topic, what is Valiance? A lot of you may ask. HP bonus, defense bonus up. Each time an active skill is unleashed, the allied fighter with the highest attack receives a 10% damage increase for 7 seconds. This effect does not stack. This is pretty damn crazy as well. To be honest, I would have this over that. Because the damage increase at 7%, a flat damage increase, 10%, a flat damage increase is way better. The only problem with this is the fact that it has HP bonus and defense bonus, which in my opinion is silly as hell to have something like this tied up to something like that. The fighting soul stats make no sense. At 2 stars, each time an active skill is unleashed, the allied fighter with the highest attack receives 10% bonus for 10 seconds instead of 7 seconds. And then lastly, every second Valiance triggered will take into effect on all enemy fighters. So, I mean, to be honest, this is way better. It actually is better, in my opinion. From a damage perspective, the only problem with this one is the HP bonus. So I can only assume that this one here, Valiance, will probably end up being more pay to win than Tyrant if they're both pay to win. If two people have this with broken formation, it's going to be a massive difference in damage against bosses. Specifically boss events, because that's where most of the rewards are coming from, right? Even PvP, it's going to be a huge difference. Like this for PvP, Tyrant for PvP, the fact that it gives a shield at 5 star, whales will push for this for 5 star. And again, it's going to create a bigger gap in the game if free-to-play are not able to get this any other way. Anyways, guys, I wanted to cover this because I think it's fairly important to note what the verbiage is in the patch on how to acquire this. Some theories behind if it's going to be pay to win, I think needs to be noted as well. So devs, if you're watching this, I really hope you don't make this a pay to win fighting soul. I think all fighting souls should be available for all players. It's just make it harder to get to 5 stars, but make it available to everybody. And I think this Tyrant and Valiance, when it comes out, are going to be game changers. So Tyrant for sure is already going to be a massive boost to everyone's damage, but I think with Valiance coming out, that's going to be even crazier. So keep that in mind, guys. I just want to bring this up. I know some of you are going to be very upset at how to acquire this. If it's the only way to acquire it, it is what it is, unfortunately. We'll see what happens, though. Again, I just want to bring it up because I know I said it in the other video I would talk about it. All right, guys, this is Payne. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.